Right, so we need some chocolate.
Right, so let's find the chocolate shop.
The chocolate shop, or the
Chelsea
cafe.
Bando, or whatever. And Chelsea Bando will probably have chocolate because she's a woman. With a supply of chocolate in one of her navels.
I don't think it quite works like that.
Alright, okay.
No, let's go to the Bruin stew. We can meet Louis, and he might have some chocolate.
The Bruin stew is run by Louis Lamintz, a bloated mutant with a heart bigger than his waistline. Everyone comes to Louis' cafe. So does all the street talk. If something's going on, Louis knows about it.
What can I do for you, Mike?
Ear bending. No.
Nothing for me, Louis. I just dropped by to chat.
Okay. What's on your mind?
Ear to the ground?
Yeah, let's try it.
Well, Louis, you're the grapevine around here. Anything interesting going on?
Well, I've been hearing a lot about this crusade for genetic purity movement. It's got a lot of tension stirred up between mutants and norms. Mutants have been protesting downtown, and there's been some violence.
So let's ask about some chocolate.
You want to try a slice of my chocolate pie? I can give you a piece to go if you like.
Chocolate pie? Something sounds slightly wrong with it. Oh, okay. So I'm imagining like cherry pie, but with chocolate inside instead of cherries. It doesn't quite doesn't quite ring right.
I think it's sort of like a chocolate cheesecake, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll give it to this two-dimensional man. He needs to fill out a bit.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Oh, you can't use it on him. I think that would probably throw it at him or something. You can just imagine walking up to someone with his chocolate pie, just smear it in their face.
This isn't a good time for a social call, punk. If I don't get it fixed soon, I'll go insane! Dory me paso lot to do!
Okay, let's make an offer.
I don't make a practice of helping out addicts, but I think I've got something that will ease the pain.
Don't hold out on me, man. If you've got something, let's have it.
And we have some chocolate pie.
Praise heaven! You've brought the ambrosia of life. Ask me anything you want.
Surely there wasn't time for him to actually eat it. Yet he seems much happier now.
Oh well, a bit of an edit, I guess.
Maybe. So let's ask him about the burglary.
I saw someone prowling around the back of the pawn shop last night. It was so dark, I didn't get a good look at him, but I could tell he was huge.
Huge.
Probably 6'3" or 6'4", about 300 pounds.
That's how much he charged me. Right, so...
Alright, we'll leave the two-dimensional man happier.
Now down here is a copy of the newspaper.
Well, this is a section of the Bay City Mirror. It's a weekly newsletter that covers local goings-on written by mutants for mutants. I'd subscribe if they had a comics page.
Actually, let me just have a look at this.
Man, there are signs of radioactivity everywhere.
Oh dear.
Some of this devastation came from the Barney the Dinosaur Museum. No one was too upset when it became one of the first structures to get blasted in the war. Everyone refers to this stuff as Barney rubble.
Right, so let's have a look at this. Burglaries baffle police. The total of inner city pawn shop burglaries committed over the past 3 weeks now stands at 9. Zippy Cash, located on the corner of Jackson and Maple Streets, was broken into 3 nights ago. Pawn shop owner Urban Roby did not report the crime until this morning, thinking it was simply a practical joke played by his friends. Oh, you guys, you've broken into my pawn shop. Tragically, this was not the case. Of the 9 burglarized pawn shops, Zippy Cash was only the second not owned by a mutant. There's been some speculation that the police are not actively investigating the crimes, since most of the victims are mutants. Mayor Lender, who is up for re-election later this year and will need the mutant vote to retain his position, has publicly called the police onto the carpet. Police Lieutenant Mac Malden, who is heading the investigation, denies that the police are dragging their feet. What we're dealing with here is some kind of master criminal. He just hasn't left us much of anything to work with. Lieutenant Malden is sure that the burglaries have all been committed by the same person. The MOs have been almost identical. A girl goes to a pawn shop, hocks a piece of jewellery for a large amount of cash, then the shop is broken into that same night. Malden would not specify, but said that his team of detectives had some evidence and hoped to have some solid leads within the next few days. And that's the important article. There are quite a lot of other articles in here. I'm not going to read them all out. I've got a body found in the bay, disfigured corpse.
No, I'm sure if it's a mutant, they'll all be disfigured.
Poet's Corner.
Haiku to a taco. Soft-shell taco mine. What meat art thou concealing? Who cares? It's tasty. Yeah.
Need cash? We pay up to $50 cash for any and all vital organs. We also pay market rate for arms, legs and eyeballs. Oh dear. I like the footnote. Must be removed on site to meet AMA requirements. That's just a bait shop.
Press conference hysterics.
Yeah. There's a bit at the end here. Oh, we knew all along he was a whacked out thumb-sucking piece of... They're not hyphens, they're asterisks. Never mind. It says Senator Reese will be examined tomorrow by psychiatrists who are confident that a complete recovery can be made despite the senator's many years in Congress. That's another bit that you need to read. I'm not going to. It's just about the crusade for genetic purity, which becomes more important later on. But basically the crusade wants to eliminate mutants. It's a bit of a Hugo Drax thing.
I see. Loogie Trundle.
Yes. Art and Soul. That's just an art critic. That's police being acquitted of assault on mutants. And then it says, the prosecution never convinced us that Mr. Dooley has not always looked the way he does.
American Civil Liberties Union.
Yeah. And now it's planning to appeal. Right. So, we can now travel, and it will very slowly go to the travel screen, to the police station. And you get to see him flying out. In the first game in the series, which was a point and click,
I haven't seen Mac Malden since the
manually
Martian
fly
memorandum
everywhere.
case. I remember him as a surly, incompetent, fat-nosed cop. As I step into his office, I can see he's changed. His nose is even bigger.
Well, if it isn't Tex Murphy. I figured you'd be dead by now.
No, we do actually need to be nice to him to get some information here.
I see. Well, there's a friendly rejoinder there. So
No,
nice.
not yet. Actually, I'm working on a case.
Sure you are. Probably a case of cheap scotch.
Well, we can't be rude, can we? So it's either A or B.
Let's try A.
I wish. I couldn't afford a glass of scotch these days.
Well, I hear our custodial department is hiring. Pick up an application on your way out.
No, I think this is one where it's a specific thing.
Can't you find something better to do than bother me?
Let's go for an apology.
I don't mean to bother you, but I'm still stuck on this case.
Sure you are. Probably a case of cheap
You just
scotch.
said that. Oh, you're
Deja
so
vu.
humorous. Fermented deal.
Tell you what, help me solve this case I'm working on, and I'll buy you a scotch. And not the cheap stuff.
Bribing a cop, eh, Murphy? Get out of here now, and I might not bust you.
I can't remember how to do this now. I did it first.
Shoot
Can't you
him.
find something better to do than bother
Rub
me?
chocolate cake in his face until he gives in.
Let's try sleazy comebacks.
I was planning on it,
Sleazy.
but you know I couldn't find your
dear.
sister or your mom.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy? It was
Didn't
great to
work.
see you. Now get lost!
God. Trying to find the right combination is like sort of cracking a safe or something.
Now here we go. Fondly reminisce. I think that's it.
Oh, come on. Remember the Martian Memorandum case? Hey, we made a swell team.
Yeah, those were the days. I don't get cases like that anymore. Things are harder now. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of pawn shop robberies? We have no suspects, and I'm catching the heat for it.
Now I know which one this is. That's Shocked by Ineptitude.
So you and your crack team of detectives have no leads?
Of course we have leads, you pots. We know he's a norm, Caucasian, and has AB negative blood. That narrows down our list of suspects to about 1 million. Now get out of my hair. I got work to do.
And that's what we needed to know. So, let's go to the office. And see if we can put in that information. So we know he's a norm Caucasian, AB negative blood. Shoe size is 14. I think he was 6'2" to 6'4", 300 pounds. He's got red hair. He's got green eyes and a tattoo of an anchor on his arm.
CrimeLink Computers.
Oh, yeah.
I see a red line.
So he was Caucasian. It's male. 6 foot to 6'4", 281 to 320 pounds. He's not a mutant. Hair colour is red. He has 2 eyes. Green. AB negative. Shoe size 14. Distinctive marks. No. Anchor tattoo. 1 match. Mick Flem. Whereabouts unknown. I think he was working with Rusty the Clown. He's suspected of his murder. And there's an informant, Beak Nerese, who claims to have seen him. So maybe we should speak to Beak. And that's Mick Flem.
Oh, great.
Right. Now, we need to find out where to find Beak, so let's ask Chelsea.
Chelsea's a hot little number.
Hi, Tex. How's the investigation going? Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, now you mention it. Let's ask about Beak.
Oh, yeah, I know Beak. If you want to talk to him, you might try hanging out around Coit Tower.
Thank you. Yes. And I just happen to know that it's over here. Let's have a look at that newspaper stand.
I heard this newspaper box got destroyed right after Chelsea opened her newsstand. Coincidence? I walk up the steps to Coit Tower and spot a small figure lurking in the shadows. In the half-light, I can see only the person's profile, but it's definitely Beak. As I walk towards him, he glances around, then approaches me warily, like a vegetarian sizing up a pot pie.
What are you staring at?
In case you can't see, he's got quite a big nose. It's more of a trunk. So let's do down to business.
My name's Murphy, and I'm looking for some information.
Murphy, huh? Someone must have told you I got a nose for info.
Ho, 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 ho. Let's refer to Chelsea.
Chelsea Bando said I could probably find you nosing around up here.
Yeah, Chelsea. Good egg. Nice looker. So, what do you want?
I need a deal.
I need information, and I'm willing to deal for it.
What's that? Deal? Well, I'm listening. What you got?
And we just happen to have a surgery gift certificate, which we are assuming he might need.
Okay, I can use this. My nose has started sagging lately. Makes it hard to breathe. Now, what kind of info you looking for, huh?
Yeah, it's an interesting face he has there.
Yes, and I don't know what
No,
that
traffic
hat is.
No, there's like a funnel on his head, isn't it?
It was fun. We need to ask about Mick Flem.
Mick Flam's rap sheet would take a day to read. He's a fat scum, and he's an idiot to boot. That's why he's always getting caught. He's been busted for burglary, mail fraud, arson, you name it. Everyone knows he operates out of the Snow White warehouse, but don't tell him.
Alright. Rusty the Clown.
I think he's dead, and I'll bet Mick Flam had something to do with it. Word was the two of them were smuggling illegal novelty items from Hong Kong, and Rusty crossed Flam. Ever since Rusty disappeared, Flam has had a terrible fear of clowns. Bozophobia. I once saw Flem pretty drunk, and he said he had nightmares of Rusty's ghost coming back to haunt him from the grave. He was completely terrified.
That's handy information. Now, this is Rusty's shop.
Rusty the Clown's novelty shop. Closed down a few months ago after Rusty mysteriously disappeared. The police suspect foul play, but I think he probably just choked to death on his own bad jokes.
How can we get in? Now, where would he have left a key?
Under the mat.
Under the mat.
Looks like a welcome mat, but when it's on the doorstep of a novelty shop, you can never be too careful.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Whoa, a key.
Let's see.
Nice doorbell. Ah, interesting masks. TV screen. Let's see what's on that.
Looks like some kind of in-house television.
Hi, kids, it's me, Inspector Burns. And as we all know, fire can be our friend, but fire can be our foe. So many times, fire starts so carelessly. And what can fires do? Fires burn you. Never, never light matches. No, no, no. Fire is dangerous. Fire made me look like this. Do you want to look like me? No, no, no. Don't look like Inspector Burns.
No.
Don't play with matches.